Hi, Emma here, and today in this video I'm going to be talking you through some breathing techniques to help you when you're feeling tense, anxious and stressed, to help calm you down, get you back into the zone, back into that thinking and more logical realm so that you can get on with your day in an unfettered way. Now, breathing exercises are brilliant because it's the fastest way of getting us out of our fight or flight mode, where we either want to fight the thing we fear, or run away from it. And it's working because by slowing down our breathing, it's helping us click out of our sympathetic nervous system, where the limbic system and the amygdala, this part round by here in the middle, right in the middle there, is listing all the things to be aware of as a threat. And unfortunately, because of the way it works, it's not how much of a threat, it's either on or off. Is there a threat, yes or no? So not really much of a scaling in that respect. And by breathing more slowly and that calming us down, it calms us down because that helps us switch from that mode into a parasympathetic nervous system, where our thinking, logical mind up the front here, our prefrontal cortex, can take back over. And it also sends us back into that rest and digest mode, which is the more restorative mode we can be in. So breathing is great for slipping from that fight or flight to rest and digest, the calm mode. It's good for reducing our heart rate, which often elevates and goes up when we're in that fight or flight mode. It's good for lowering our blood pressure, which is related to that. It's good for helping to relax our muscles and generally calm down. And to relax, of course. So I'm going to be talking you first of all through diaphragmatic breathing. So diaphragm, it's basically that bit there under where our ribs are, by our rib cage. And the idea is when we breathe in, we tend to breathe in quite shallowly. So we only use about, say, a third of our lung capacity. This is about encouraging us to use more of that lung capacity, so we make better use and take in more oxygen with the lungs capacity that we have. Now, the idea here, most of the time people suggest breathing in through the nose, because we've got those little hairs to filter the air, clearing up any dust and debris that way, and then out through the mouth. So when doing this, it's often good to go with your rate of breathing, slowing it down. Some people like to do a count, like in box breathing, where it's breathe in for 4, hold, breathe out for 4, hold. Others like to do different tempos, so like I think it's 4, 7, 8 or 5 and 3, where you're breathing in for a number and doing a count, and you're breathing out for a slightly longer number. And you may find that when you're starting to do this, if you're really not used to it, you can start to feel a bit dizzy. And don't be too alarmed by that. If you are alarmed, talk to medical professionals. It comes with practice, so don't put a lot of pressure on yourself to begin with. It's a natural thing. You can do it. It just takes a little bit of practice there. So with the diaphragmatic breathing, the idea is if I move this chair, we breathe in, we fill in more of our lung capacity. You may like to place, for example, your left hand on your chest and your right hand roughly where your belly button is. And if you breathe in, hold, breathe out. And when you breathe normally, you can feel your chest rise and fall. When you're doing diaphragmatic breathing, as well as that, you start to feel your lower hand rise and fall. And for me, I like to think of, for example, a bear. If you imagine yourself like a bear, you're breathing with your belly there. So, in your own time, just breathing in, breathing out there. And in, hold, out, hold, in, hold, out, hold. And after doing that 2 or 3 times, or more if you like, just allow yourself to go back into a normal rhythm of breathing. So that is diaphragmatic breathing. Now, a moment ago I mentioned box breathing, and that usually means breathe in for a certain amount of time, average being 4 seconds, hold for 4 seconds, breathe out for 4 seconds, difficult bit now, hold for 4 seconds, and then begin again. So breathe in, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4, out, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4, in, and so on and so forth, and then allow your breathing to go back to normal. Another way of doing a breathing exercise is pursed lip breathing. So purse your lips as if you were blowing a wind instrument or blowing into a balloon. So you've got that, and that forces the air to come out of our lungs more slowly. In fact, this one's quite good to use with kids in that you can help them with using their imagination. So if they're really angry, really frustrated, breathing in deeply and then blowing into this big balloon, which you can then tie up and let all their stresses go into the air there, off and away. So breathing in. And after about 4 cycles of that, you start to really notice that things are slowing down for you. The energy changes. Another way of doing this is holding your nostrils. So usually if you take a hand, your preferred hand, 2 fingers down, and just going for the ring finger and your thumb. So for example, if I was to place my thumb onto my right nostril here, I'd breathe in with my left nostril, and then I'd be breathing out of my other nostril. So let's try that again. In through one nostril, and that can be quite balancing. So today I've talked you through a couple of different breathing exercises that you can use. By all means, if you find that you may be going into a tense situation, have a practice of some of these beforehand and see which one suits you best, which one works best for you. And if you found this video helpful, like and subscribe, and if you'd like to leave a comment below, I'd appreciate that, and I'd be happy to reply to you. Until next time, bye bye.